Even the call is free. 1-800-952-5900. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I did, Kevin.
To Carol Alt. Just now. Tom, I gotta hand it to you. You really know how to talk to women. Carol! Carol!
Coming up right now, the 1989 Academy Award winner for Best Picture, Best Screenplay, and Best Actress. Of course, I'm talking about Jessica Tandy, Morgan Freeman, and Dan Aykroyd in Driving Miss Daisy. After that, I'll be back with Kevin Meaney, Carol Alt, and our Weekend in Paradise sweepstakes giveaway to Puerto Vallarta and Maui. I'll have more on tonight's movie lineup then. Meantime, if you're thinking HBO's for you, now's the time to make your move. 1-800-952-5900. Then sit back for Driving Miss Daisy.
It's a lineup of great entertainment tonight on HBO. At 9:40, stay tuned to find out how you can win a paradise vacation with HBO's Weekend in Paradise. And at 10, Kathleen Turner, Michael Douglas, and Danny DeVito star in The War of the Roses. Then at 12:10, Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell don't quite see eye to eye in Tango and Cash. A lineup you won't want to miss tonight on HBO.
The following movie is rated PG.
Stay tuned for Tom Parks, Kevin Meaney, and Carol Alt to find out how you could win a paradise vacation with HBO's Weekend in Paradise. Next on HBO.
Doesn't it make you just want a conga? Hi, welcome to HBO's Weekend in Paradise. I'm Tom Parks. Well, it's Monday. You got a long week ahead of you. Let's see if we can't brighten things up a little bit. You've had 2 days now to try out HBO during this Weekend in Paradise. So if you've been watching, you know we're going to have some movies and comedy tonight. And in the next half hour or so, we'll be taking an even closer look at some of the new programs that make HBO the most provocative, outrageous, and daring television on television. We also have Carol Alt on hand, a familiar and, I might add, beautiful face, if there ever was one. She'll be here to give away 2 fantastic getaways to Maui and Puerto Vallarta. We'll also spend some time with comedian and actor Kevin Meaney, who in real life is slightly off his trolley, as we found out a little earlier.
Someone just came up to me and said, Kev, honestly, there must be some reason not to have HBO. And I thought to myself, honestly, there might be. Maybe HBO comedy. I guess if being miserable was the only thing that made you happy, you wouldn't like HBO comedy. So you might not have HBO. On the other hand, you could always watch HBO original movies. But I guess if you thought seeing the work of Hollywood's best actors and directors would be too stimulating, you wouldn't like the new HBO original movies every month. So you might not have HBO. On the other hand, you could always watch HBO series. But if you thought seeing the sexiest, funniest, scariest shows on TV would be too sexy, funny, or scary for you, you wouldn't like HBO series. So you might not have HBO. Let's see. There's sports, family programs, documentaries. I gotta tell you, I can't think of a reason not to have HBO.
Kevin Meaney. He'll be here in the flesh in just a few minutes. But to give us time to hide all the sharp objects, I'm going to bring out someone I know you know. Carol Alt.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Carol. Now, I know you got some pretty important things to tell us about.
Oh, that I do. We're ready to give away another fantastic vacation. We're going to send the next lucky winner to Marriott's Casa Magna Resort. in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Oh, Tom, can you imagine a week in Puerto Vallarta?
I'm not sure.
Well, let me help you out. Watch this.
Okay.
Oh, if you love the water, you'll love Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Because from the moment you awaken to an ocean view until the moment you retire to the gentle beat of the surf, the Pacific Ocean is never far from your mind. And with good reason. Because here you can do almost anything that anyone has ever done in, on, or around the water. You can jet ski, water ski, scuba diving, sailing, fishing, just to name a few. Whew. Of course, there may come a time when you yearn for dry land and the games people play there. No es una problema, because Casa Magna has an 18-hole championship golf course, tennis courts, and a health club with state-of-the-art training equipment. Whether your idea of vacation is siesta or fiesta, you'll find an accommodating spirit south of the border in Puerto Vallarta. So what do you think?
It sounds sensational.
I think so too.
Okay, everybody, find yourself a pencil and paper. You'll need to take down an address in just a minute.
Actually, there are two ways you could win.
Let's talk about the instant winners first.
We could do that. You may have received one of these in the mail.
001, Newington, Connecticut, 06131.
From those cards, we'll draw one name for each of our unclaimed grand prize destinations.
We had 10 grand prize vacations in all to places like Barbados, Bermuda, and Mexico, so it's worth a postcard and a little ink to get yourself into the sweepstakes. But right now, it's a good time to order HBO. And to do that, you have to call that number, as Kevin Meaney was busy telling everyone back at the pool earlier today.
Almost reality time. That's when we say goodbye to paradise. Because in just a few short hours, this weekend in paradise is about to wipe the sands from its toes and call it quits. Me too. But you don't have to. You can keep this paradise going all year long just by dialing 1-800-952-5900. That's the toll-free number to put HBO in your home. And if you go ahead and make that call right now, not only will you get HBO for less than the cost of a family night out at the movies, you might save some money with the installation discounts many cable companies are offering. Better do it quick. This weekend in paradise is pretty near over. Memories of paradise. They're nice, but having HBO, that's even better. Pick up the phone.
I know Kevin. He's a crazy person. Do as he says. Now, plenty of movies ahead tonight. The Fabulous Baker Boys, Tango and Cash, and Harlem Nights.
Stand-up comedy from HBO's One Night Stand, too.
I did one of those.
He's always bragging.
I mean, the comedy special.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, and Danny DeVito in the comedy of divorce and real estate.
The War of the Roses. Hope you enjoy it.
The following movie is rated R.
The party's over. It's time to call it a weekend. Almost. Hi, I'm Tom Parks. Just a few hours left to this HBO Weekend in Paradise. But there's still time for a few more movies. Tango and Cash, Harlem Nights, and The Fabulous Baker Boys. Some comedy, too, from our One Night Stand series. Then, it's So Long, HBO. Goodbye movies, comedy, family shows, everything you've been able to see here for the past 2 days. Unless, of course, you take some appropriate action, like picking up the phone and calling 1-800-952-5900 right now. Hop to it, and you could even save yourself a little money, because many cable companies are giving installation discounts to new HBO subscribers. Then, once you've made that call, sit back, put your feet up, and get ready for all this.
Want to look at TV in a whole new way?
Yeah.
Looking for something different?
Yes, yes!
Want to look forward to watching TV again?
Yes.
Wow! That means yes.
Then say yes to HBO and look forward to the best in feature films. Uncut and uninterrupted, the way movies were meant to be.
Wow, what a change.
Say yes to HBO's exciting and provocative original movies. Acclaimed original series too daring for the networks. And outrageous no-holds-barred comedy.
Why didn't I think of that?
See the best in sports and world championship boxing. And original series and programs the whole family can watch. Say yes to HBO and experience TV in a whole new way.
I look forward to it.
Call 1-800-952-5900 and look forward to entertainment that's simply the best.
You're the best.
Ta-da! Tango and Cash, starring Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell, up next on this HBO Weekend in Paradise. Now, if you saw Tango and Cash in a movie theater, you probably paid $6, maybe $7. And that's just for one ticket. If you went with someone, you probably paid twice that. If you bought some popcorn, some candy, and a drink, throw in another $80. Just kidding. Drinks, popcorn, and candy couldn't cost more than what, $60? If you have kids, you hired a babysitter. That was a nice piece of change. Plus, there's gas for your car and parking at some theaters. All in all, not what you would call a bargain. With HBO, on the other hand, you pay $10, $11, $12 a month average. And not only do you get Tango and Cash, you get a month of great movies like Driving Miss Daisy, Internal Affairs, The Fabulous Baker Boys. You get stand-up comedy, made for HBO movies, award-winning documentaries, boxing, and family shows. Meanwhile, the popcorn's in the kitchen cabinet, the car's in the garage, and the kids are asleep. And you're home free. Look, I was a journalism major, but even I can do the math on this one. Dollar for dollar, HBO is the best value going. So if HBO makes as much sense to you as it does to me, get on the phone. 1-800-952-5900 is the toll-free number to call. But do it right away, because this Weekend in Paradise isn't forever. In fact, you can count on one hand the hours left. And you can count on my friend Kevin Meaney to have something to say about HBO, as he did a little earlier today.
The other night I was watching one of my favorite movies on TV. I mean, this was really one of my favorites. There I was watching. Just as the Red Sea was about to part, there was a commercial. A commercial. Now, I don't mean to be a gloomy Gus, but it really got my goat. You never stand for interruptions like that in your everyday life. Well, with HBO, you don't have to. When you have HBO in your home, you see comedy the way you'd see it in a comedy club. Uncut and uninterrupted by commercials. You see movies the way you'd see them in a movie theater. And because it's HBO, you're seeing the best of both. The funniest, the scariest, the sexiest, most provocative, outrageous, and daring TV on TV. And for a month of movies, comedy and sports and original series, you're paying less than you would to buy just 2 movie tickets. Now, isn't that a good enough reason to get on the phone and order HBO this instant? Ha ha! Call 1-800-952-5900.
Signing up for HBO. It's your ticket to movies, family shows, and stand-up comedy. Some pretty good examples of which you've seen during this Weekend in Paradise. But there are also some exclusives worth looking at. I'm talking about HBO original movies, shot on location around the world, starring some of the best actors working today. Now, how does HBO attract actors like George C. Scott, Rebecca De Mornay, Jeff Goldblum, and Alfre Woodard, and James Earl Jones? Well, 2 ways. First, HBO doesn't skimp on what they call production values. And second, HBO original pictures take on some difficult subjects you won't see anywhere else on TV.
Before Madonna, before Marilyn, there was Josephine.
The notorious Josephine Baker. The scandalous Josephine Baker.
She dared to break the rules on her way from rags to riches.
I love you because when something is put in your way, you fly over it.
The Josephine Baker Story, the true story of a legendary life, comes home where it belongs. Only on HBO. Premieres Saturday.
Anthony Hopkins comes to HBO in a shocking true story of courage in the face of terror.
He was stabbed after he died.
His son is...
HBO, simply the best movies. Sean Connery,